Hello, please like and subscribe for more content. ENTP forms one of the 4 MBTI types in the temperament group known as the rationals. Being an ENTP encompasses a number of strengths that prove advantageous to them. Here is a look at 7 strengths associated with being an ENTP. 1. Academic prowess. ENTPs are noted for being quick learners able to grasp many concepts intuitively. Thus, they are a type who tends to perform very well academically, at least when they are motivated to do so. Along with INTPs, ENTPs can appear like slackers who, despite their brightness, don't always apply themselves as much as they could be. ENTP middle schoolers have been shown to have lower grades than what their aptitude scores would predict. This paradox is typically an indication of how uninterested and unengaged they are with what is being taught to them rather than an indication of inability. 2. Great problem solvers. Statistically, ENTPs have been cited as being a type who is not afraid of confronting most problems head-on. With their dominant nay, they are good at seeing a problem from many different angles. They have a mindset that is not limited with rigid adherence to tradition or any one way of doing something. Their capacity for lateral thinking and brainstorming allows them to conceive of a plethora of possible solutions and alternatives to be tried and tested. Furthermore, their willingness to experiment allows them to discover ingenious solutions that others would have been too cynical or conventional to recognize or even consider. 3. Flexibility and openness. ENTPs exhibit a very flexible attitude that allows them to adapt and adjust to the people and situations they encounter rather effectively. This openness may be a strong factor in why ENTPs report some of the lowest rates of stress and emotional exhaustion, according to MBTI type surveys. ENTPs tend to go through life entertaining the abstract possibilities of a concrete world. They like to think on their feet and let the spontaneity of their intuition take the lead. Their attitude about plans and schedules tends to be malleable with an emphasis on collecting interesting ideas from whatever they experience. 4. Ingenuity and cleverness. ENTPs are often referred to as an inventor. This speaks to the highly creative element in their personality and their attraction to innovation. ENTPs are wired to think outside the box, and their thinking tends to be on another wavelength from that of most people. Consequently, the ENTP is a type who will oftentimes shun many forms of convention in favor of a chance to do something different and edgy. If anyone can find a way to innovate or propose a handful of interesting ideas, it is the ENTP. Furthermore, ENTPs can be especially wily when it comes to finding a shortcut, loophole or hack for accomplishing their goals. They can often employ unconventional methods and approaches, but there is almost always a method to their madness. 5. Effective communicators. In contrast to the INTP, ENTPs are more at ease in the social realm. Communication skills and interpersonal savvy are a highlight with this personality, which is typically endowed with a gift for gab. They often appear as amusing, witty and magnetic to others. ENTPs tend to exhibit a certain charisma and swagger in how they express themselves that can also be a bit eccentric or unusual in some way. Their skill with words tend to make them excellent conversationalists thanks to all the random tangents and humor with which they express themselves. Furthermore, ENTPs can be very persuasive and effective in the art of debate and repartee. For this reason, the ENTP is a type believed to be well suited for careers as lawyers and attorneys. 6. Good improvisors. Much like the ESTP, ENTPs are very sharp, and reactive to what is going on around them. They are observant and quick-thinking, and this combination allows them to be very effective at making things up on the spot and finding clever uses for whatever materials they have available. They can be very spontaneous and creative, and even with little preparation can come up with some very interesting and surprisingly clever ideas. Give them a prompt, and it will likely trigger a chain of abstract associations and intuitions that are often humorous and clever. With ENTPs, you never really know what direction their mind will go, but it is almost always amusing. 7. Confident and upbeat. ENTPs tend to be optimistic and enthusiastic. Their disposition is generally sanguine and not very serious. Their positive energy is often an asset and factor in their popularity and attractiveness. People tend to enjoy their company and often look to them to say something funny or weird to lighten the mood. ENTPs tend to be good at not letting emotional baggage bog them down for very long, if at all. They are generally very open, honest and upfront about what they think. Furthermore, surveys have shown ENTPs to be among the most assertive and type A personalities in the MBTI.